Welcome to my new series, which is still unnamed, so I shall put the name question mark. First off, I just like to write the author's note, and then we'll get right into the story. This is 100% fiction, and this all came into my mind during quarantine. None of this is true. I just hope you enjoy the story. I don't really know what else to say, and I'm no way affiliated with these groups, and just used their names. Right. Chapter 1. Let me just say, it's not what it looks like. None of this whole thing is a misunderstanding. I was the extremely quiet, awkward girl in the corner of the classroom until today. I've been in this town for a while now and was just getting adjusted when they showed up. But the story goes way back. It goes back to the worst day of my life, 12 years ago. The ground had turned to smithereens. There laid the restless bodies, not moving, blood smeared everywhere, and out emerged a tiny girl, her eyes so big, searching. Her eyes stopped. Her face dropped. There, underneath all the debris, she saw her parents. The tears started rolling down her cheeks. Moments earlier, they had secured a locket around her neck and pushed their daughter aside to protect her from the falling building, while she stayed alive and they sadly passed away, holding hands. As the tears ran down the girl's face, she saw the men from the plane come out of the plane, laughing their heads off, and then the pilot and her made eye contact. His laughter died down. His smile turned into a snarl, and then everything went pitch black. The little girl opened her eyes and tried to stretch her arms. She couldn't. She struggled and struggled, but couldn't. And then noticed her legs were tied up. Her arms were tied up. She looked around and she saw kids of all sizes tied up, all scrunched together in a small, tiny, minuscule place. Then she noticed a window and was scared. To see the sky, she was frightened and started calling for her mom. And as soon, all the kids started screaming for their parents when suddenly, big, bulky Boots came walking. He slammed the wall. "Shut up, you useless pieces of... You better shut up or else." The room turned dead silent. All the kids bited their tongues to stop the tears. Then the room went dark again. Then the lights slowly flickered on again, and in front of her was a bowl of what she presumed was soup. All those in the soup was one peel of a rusty, crusty potato peel. She heard the scared, deep voice again in a thick Middle Eastern accent. He said, "Eat or die." The little girl didn't realize it, but her tummy was rumbling. How long had it been since she had eaten? She had no clue. She had devoured the water-like soup in seconds, still hungry. The place went dark again. The lights came back on when the little girl looked through the windows. She saw the ground. "Where are we?" She was frightened, but remembering the scary man's voice, she kept her mouth shut. She wouldn't have dared to open her mouth, for she feared of her life. All around her were guns, held by big, muscular, scary-looking guys who looked like they would pull the trigger any moment, any second. And then one girl, no older than 4 years old, screamed for her mom, and then boom, the soldier with a tattoo on his forearm killed her. The kids all held their breath. Tears streamed down their faces as they all had bited their lips to stop themselves from crying and calling out to their parents. The lights went out again. Her eyes opened and she heard a big grumbling. She looked around and that's it for the story, guys. Tune in next time for the next part of it. That's all. Signing off. RBT.